It's really fun to drive. It does what it's supposed to.
Get out of here, loser. God, son of a bitch.
If you've been watching this channel at all since I started it last November, first of all, thank you. Second, you know I'm a Land Cruiser nerd. I've owned 4, including this one. Never owned a Mercedes in my life, but I'm thinking about it because I just got back from the birthplace of the G-Wagon, and once the torque hit and the lockers bit, I saw the light, my friends. I was lucky enough to drive the legendary Geländewagen on one of Europe's most treacherous off-road trails, and after we got back to the lodge, I got a walk around from a G-Wagon expert. So come on, let's hit the trails in Austria. Maybe we'll see some kangaroos and go to Macca's after, mate. There's a good chance if you're watching this, you follow my other channel, TFB TV. You might remember when I visited Steyr's headquarters. That's where I saw for the first time a genuine Steyr-built G-Wagon. Steyr, the Austrian gun company. Yes, that one that makes the AUG, like from Die Hard, co-developed the G-Wagon with Mercedes. Production began in the 1970s. Mercedes supplied the powertrain. Steyr-Puch handled engineering and assembly in Austria. Eventually, Mercedes took over full production, but the early Gs, especially the W460 and W461, were built for war, not Beverly Hills like today's G-Wagons. No leather, no wood, no luxury, just lockers, steel, diesel, and an interior you can wash out with a hose. The W460 is the original basic utilitarian G-Wagon produced from 1979 to 1991. The W461 started in 1992, continued this utilitarian philosophy, but incorporated more modern engines and components, primarily for military use, like the Wolf that we're looking at today, all while retaining the rugged no-frills design. In short, the 461, that's a modernized version of the original 460 workhorse. The 463, that's the luxury model most Americans are familiar with as being driven by basketball players and aging trophy wives to Botox appointments, or I don't even understand the script. What the f is pilates? If the W463 is a velvet rope VIP club, the 461 is the dive bar behind it.
The 461 is like the working version of the G-Class. So you have no AC, not too much sound insulation, no carpets, so you can wash it out with a hose, with a garden hose. Mechanical controls, everything is easily accessible. You can work on it.
Now let me introduce you to my pal Richie. I met Richie at Hellsklamm, an off-road club deep in the Austrian forest with its own lean-to base camp and bar. This place is like what Lower Alabama would be if everyone had a PhD and an AMG. I kept seeing G-Wagons disappear into the woods at the base of the mountain, right at the trail's muddy starting line to begin their ascent up to the mountaintop of this pass less than an hour from downtown Vienna. Mercedes boxy truck is a popular choice for the members of this club, and I can see why.
Hey everyone, James Reeves. Welcome to Austria. We're here at Hellsklamm with my friend Richie. We are talking about the G-Wagon. Richie, G-Wagon aficionado, a connoisseur, even some might say. The guy really knows his way around these cars. And honestly, it's an honor, Richie, to have you on.
It's an honor for me.
Oh, stop. Cut that shit out. Tell me about your G-Wagon here.
Well, it's a 1992 ex-German Bundeswehr G-Wagon. It had a 250, a 2.5 liter, 5-cylinder naturally aspirated diesel in it with not too much power. I bought it about 7 years ago. I put another engine into it. It's like a 290, 2.9 liter, turbocharged 5-cylinder, mechanically controlled. And well, it is my pride that I use to drive every day.
You also changed the transmission too, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It was an automatic and you switched it to a 6-speed.
It wasn't an automatic. Actually, at first it was a manual transmission, then with the engine came an automatic transmission, but I wanted to have it daily drivable. So it has a 6-speed transmission right now, manual transmission, which is great for off-road, low crawl ratio, and it has an overdrive for highway driving, so it can be used every day.
Off-road performance, I was stunned. First of all, you're a psycho. You are a certified psychopath.
We only needed a tug from a Benzgauer one time. down a slope covered in wet Austrian hail mud. It literally started hailing like the second we got stuck, which of course it would.
You let me drive it.
Richie, terrible idea.
And I was shocked at how tight everything, how controlled everything was.
Yeah.
It seems like a light, torquey vehicle. That's the way.
Yes, it is.
And it was very responsive.
Yeah.
How are these off-road?
They are great off-road. Actually, this vehicle is, since it's a German Bundeswehr vehicle, there is not too much creature comfort inside. So it's a quite light vehicle in G-Wagon standards because it's still 2.2 or 2.3 tons. Short wheelbase, which is not always perfect, but it works quite well in these conditions here. It's really fun to drive. It does what it's supposed to.
Would you say maybe the 461 might be the ideal off-road vehicle of the G-Class?
Yes. It's, if you want to off-road a G-Class, the 461 is the thing. The only thing is the 461s, the early 460s and 461 had really anemic engines. Mm-hmm. It's like the first 300 GD or 250, they had like something like between 88 and 92 horsepower. Mm-hmm. It's a good overlanding vehicle. It's a really reliable, but with a vehicle that heavy, you lack the power for everyday use and for off-road use too. The later model 461s had good engines. This one is a 5-cylinder turbo diesel. It's quite torquey. It works quite well.
Richie, I was scared for this vehicle. I was scared when we were up there. I mean, there's smoke and steam, and like when we were driving up there, and I was scared. But you're telling me that it can take that abuse.
It can. Actually, the G-Class is a pretty sturdy vehicle. Like the axles are massive, the control arms are massive, the frame is massive. Everything is massive on it, and you won't be able to damage it off-road. It's like with these 461 G-Classes, usually. If it was taken off-road, it's not a problem. The problem is most probably lack of maintenance and a lot of road use and a lot of kilometers. Mm-hmm. Because it is in comparison to modern vehicles, it is a high maintenance vehicle. Uh-huh. You have to do your own oil changes. You have to take care of it. You have to lubricate everything.
But I think that can be said for any vehicle. I mean, the important thing is you're not saying these are problems. Like I had a Range Rover. Yeah. That was a problem. You know, we were making fun of these Defenders. I mean, they're beautiful cars. They're capable vehicles.
Awesome. I love them.
But the maintenance.
I wouldn't want to own one.
No, me neither.
There's
me neither.
always
I did.
something that doesn't work. They always work somehow, but not completely. It's like a can of worms.
Yeah, and then you go to the dealership or where the repair shop, and they make you bend over, grab your ankles.
Yeah, they do.
Take your wallet. More than that too.
Exactly.
You've owned, and you do own Pinzgauers, like we see Bernard's Pinzgauer over there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you own 6 Pinzgauers.
Yeah, exactly. I love the Pinzgauers.
You've owned Jeeps, right?
Yeah. My first car was a Jeep Wrangler YJ.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about it. We both, your first car was a YJ. My first Jeep was a YJ. We love those vehicles. But where is the G-Wagon for you in terms of all the cars you've owned?
It's like the G-Wagon is for me like a vehicle that can do both. Mm-hmm. That can go off-road without too many modifications. It can be used on-road. I don't have any concerns of not getting home with it.
Right,
It just will not break down. But the drivetrain is stuck, and I never had a problem to break any CVs or axles or diff locks. It just works.
The Wolf is raw. One might say it is a raw dog. It's not just fun, it's violent. Crazy ass Richie is hammering on this thing, and there is smoke and steam coming out. And I'm not kidding, at one point the trail got so bad that Richie's girlfriend, Anna, is like, guys, let me out, I'm gonna walk. And I kind of get it. I mean, it was pretty frightening. At one point, we got 1 or 2 wheels off the ground. So when we got back to the lodge, after taking a shot of Hellsklamm's signature transmission fluid,
that's not so bad.
At the bar, Richie gave me a full walk around of his truck.
This is my 461 G 250 GD. What started off with as a German Bundeswehr vehicle. That's why you have half doors. It was a soft top vehicle before, but it is a quite simple vehicle. If you get in, it's like stick shift manual, 6 speeds. You have 2 diff lock levers. They're right here, like the rear locker, the front locker. They are hydraulically operated. They're quite a simple system. Here you have your range lever. Right now we're in 4 low. You can go into 4 high on the fly. It's and rear wheel drive. It's nothing special here. It's not too many creature comforts. That's one thing you always have to have is a Glock knife as an Austrian. It's like ex-Austrian army Glock knife.
What are you keeping here?
In this case, I keep water here for the situations when either a coolant hose blows, or if I tear something off, or if I have my dog with me, to have some water for him. With the other G-Wagons, I always had a jerry can with me with diesel fuel, but it's not necessarily with this one because it has quite good gas mileage. It takes about 10 to 11 liters per 100 kilometers. It will be, I think, right about 18 to 20 miles per gallon. So it's quite fine. We have 100 liters fuel tank, so you get quite far. It's like,
oh, that's not bad at all.
The German Bundeswehr G classes had all these airdrop shackles. Only the German ones had it. It was to tie it down on a pallet if the vehicle was dropped out of an airplane, or tied down on a train or on a tow truck. And the difference between the Austrian and like the German Wolf G-Class is, one of the differences is the roof of the German G-Class is lower. And that's important for me as I live in Vienna. I have to go into the parking garages. They're 2 meters max, so this one with large tires is still below 2 meters height, so
cool.
I can use it daily.
That's neat.
There was another version of the German Bundeswehr Wolves that had shackles here too. That was the airborne operations G-Class, but mine was not airborne. It was actually, it was in an airborne battalion, but like, see this one?
Oh, cool.
It's the original sticker of it. It's Fallschirmjägerbataillon 313. It was an German airborne battalion, but this was not a specific G-Class for airborne operations. It was just a daily use G-Class for them.
I went to Austria for work, ended up having a ton of fun. I guess you could say a hell of a lot of fun at Hellsklamm, and I left seriously considering buying a G-Wagon. Like, I've been looking for them all week. I still love my Land Cruisers, but the G left quite an impression on me. Next week, we're diving into the G-Wagon Buyer's Guide with Bernard Paltram. You may remember Bernard from my Pinsgauer video. He owns a Mercedes dealership. He restores G-Wagons. He personally owns 6 of them right now. Bernard is absolutely the man. He's gonna break down what you need to look for, which truck you wanna get, what to avoid, and how to buy the right G for you. The right G for you. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this walk around and start checking your savings account because Bernie is about to drain it dry. Take care of yourselves, guys. Thanks for watching Jimports.